Hello and welcome back to the 51st American Flying Disc Open presented by Dynamic Discs. This is round 2, back 9. If you haven't caught the first 9, make sure you go over to Gatekeeper's channel so that you can see all of the exciting golf. My name is Emily Dale and I am joined by Ben Appel.
How's it going, everybody?
We have another beautiful day out here. Evan Smith is absolutely shredding the course. Closely followed by Connor, Mason, and Ty, also doing a great job out here, but trying to just keep pace. We see Silas Schultz also shooting really hot on the front 9 of round 2, tying Evan with the hot round with down 5 through the front 9. Hole 10 did play one of our easier holes. It's gonna be a par 3, 315 feet. We have this OB pond here that players are just going to push over and basically just get themselves a good shot or a good putt.
So yeah, like you said, this is actually tied for the easiest hole on the course. So I think everybody's not expecting, but definitely hoping to get this one, get some momentum going and make that scorecard look a little bit better as you start off the back 9.
A lot of airspace here, and 315 feet is really nothing for these lead card players, as we see a really great tee shot there from Mason.
Yep, he's probably, I think that looked like a mid. He just put that straight, flat, let it do the work.
I think Evan might be going with his lovely popcorn here, straight at it.
No, don't do that.
Oh, A-Shrunk, get some height? Oh,
High
no.
Enough? Oh, didn't get the height.
No, came up a little bit short and found that OB pond. Hopefully he can get that one back because he's been using that disc a lot.
That would be tragic if he couldn't get that back, but I'm sure there's people there with some kind of retriever. This is the better height. Oh, stuck nicely too. Didn't get any kind of ground play. Great shot by Love there. Here we have Connor Rock trying to chase down Evan. Now the door's open on this hole. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Ooh, he pulls it wide, but good result. He stayed safe, and I'll just have another little chippy shot here to try to save the par.
I hope he didn't rush that too much. It's always annoying when you just rush an upshot because it's pretty basic, but then you leave it a little far away. But I'm sure he'll make that putt. And here's Evan just pitching across the pond, maybe giving it a little bit of a run there.
Yeah, and you can see the wind looks like it's down a little bit with the flag sitting still, and we see the leaves falling. It is beautiful putt there from Connor. Nice job, but some beautiful fall weather that we have here in Rochester, New York. The leaves are just starting to change, but it's still those beautiful afternoons, crisp mornings. Absolutely stunning.
Living up in the Northeast, this is my absolute favorite time to play golf. I think it's beautiful when the leaves start falling. So I'm getting really excited to start playing some more, but there's a great putt, great birdie putt for Mason there. Making this hole look pretty easy.
That'll be a bogey save there for Evan. I'm sure he's not happy with that, but you can't tell as he's going to shake it off and head to the next hole.
Business like usual. And there's Ty cleaning up.
Hole 11, par 3, 375 feet. Players can really pick 2 lanes here from the guardian trees in the front to try to get down this fairway. This was playing as the second hardest hole of the day, so we'll see how our lead card here navigates this dark tunnel.
Yeah, that's the straight gap there, and then even if you do get through, you still have plenty of trees to contend with. So it's not a surprise that this hole averaged almost a full stroke above par.
Yeah, really throwing players for a loop, going from one of the easiest holes to one of the hardest holes, back to back.
Absolutely.
But that's why we love this course design.
I was about to say, another great part about this course is just keeping you on your toes. You go from throwing a short forehand to a big backhand to a technical shot. Really keeps you on your toes and thinking about what shot's coming next.
Connor finds that center tree that really defines the different lanes up to the basket. We'll see what he has to work with for his second shot. As we see the picturesque leaf falling right behind Evan. And once again, I think he made the same mistake in round one, finding that center tree. We'll see what he has to scramble with to try to save his par here.
Yeah, him and Connor hit the same tree, but they just hit different sides of it, so they're going to have very different shots to get up to this pin. And Evan seems to have crushed it, a little too deep maybe.
I was going to say, when it's almost too good, he pured it, went a little bit long there on his second shot.
But here we see Connor doing the exact opposite, going with a flex backhand. Ooh, that's pretty.
Great scramble. Looks like Ty made his way down the fairway quite a bit. He'll just have a little chip forehand up.
But which gap?
Choose your adventure.
We should have paused it and did a little trivia game. Which gap is he taking? But it seems to get caught up in one of the late trees. He should have a putt at it, though. Mason got up here pretty far, but it looks like he might have some kind of either high stall shot or a skip shot.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Whoa, he didn't like that.
Ty giving it a bid. Oh.
Great run. We love that.
That's probably the best run you can give it when it's chain height, got a chance, and then still sits 6 feet behind it. Little stab at it from Mason. Seems to be annoyed by something.
Yeah, heard somebody maybe upset or maybe just hitting some mosquitoes over on the next hole. But great putt there from Evan. Really good bounce back from the bogey on the last hole. He's so excited about it as he saves that par. Whew, just over the rim. Count it.
No pictures on the scorecard, just the Heiser media coverage. But, yep, Connor makes good for his scramble. And then a good cleanup by Mason as well.
Hole 12 is another wooded shot, par 3, 345 feet. Players can go the route that the drone is flying, but there's also a little forehand route as well on the left-hand side of the fairway. Really, once again, just trying to push as far as you can to get a look at the basket.
I like the camera setup on this one. On round one, the camera was more to the left, so this like tree that's leaning on the left was kind of blocking the forehand route. But here you can see what they're seeing, and it's wide open if you have a solid forehand. So I think that's what most of them are going to try and do.
This is looking a little turned, but it fought well.
That fought really well.
Fought valiantly through those trees there, and he should have something funky to work with.
That's more the line we're looking for. Now just to get clean. Doesn't look like it.
No, looks like it snagged a couple trees there at the end, but should have something to work with. Mason going a little bit lower, not getting as much of a push as he might have wanted. Most likely seeing him just trying to chip up to save a par there.
here's love giving me a taste, trying to make me eat my own words again, going backhand.
Ooh, getting
Yeah,
close
dude.
to those
Wow.
trees, but absolutely bullseye.
That's
Beautiful
gorgeous.
shot.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I could watch that again. Nice shot. We see Evan taking a break there behind Mason.
So I guess it's just the backhand. The forehand is just the bait. That'll be fine for Mason. It should be a 15 footer if that. Connor's in the middle of the Parma
He's in the
dungeon.
wilderness, but he does a good job chipping out and will be able to save his par.
Yeah, this hole ended up playing right in the middle on the difficulty scale. A lot of pars. Evan almost getting the birdie there, giving it a run.
Nice putt.
20 footer, but he still got a straddle around a tree.
Hmm.
Welcome to Parma. Evan went a little deep here, but I don't think this should be too much of a problem for him.
I love this camera angle, just dead center.
It makes
No
the basket
question.
look huge. I'm sure it feels huge to Evan as he's just a putting machine. And good job on Ty getting that birdie. Absolute tap in. That's
Beautiful.
impressive.
Little check-in here for our leaderboard through 12 holes. Silas is still pushing, but Mason is making a push as well. We have Evan, Silas, and Mason all 4 or 5 strokes under par on round 2. But there's a lot of challenging holes left. Hole 13 is our big par 5, 935 feet. This was averaging under par, but as we saw in round 1, not as straightforward. Players are getting the first chance to really give it another big pump after being in the woods or having some touch shots, and we'll see how they react to having that power again. Basket's perched up on this nice little knoll.
And Ty gets the first throw after that amazing birdie. But essentially, you're just trying to get something out there as far as you can.
Ooh,
That's gonna be
snagged
the one
one
that
of those fairway
Nick's
trees,
not
but
gonna hit
that
deep.
thing was looking good.
It should be alright. Just gotta do big shot, technical shot into the green, make your putt for birdie. So let's see how big these guys go off the tee.
I believe we saw an absolute crush from Connor in round 1, and it's looking like we're seeing another one here in round 2.
I wish I had the distance to that little tree just to give it some kind of perspective because I'm sure it's very far.
That's all you need to know. It's big. This is looking a little bit turned. Oh, it does stay on the edge, but that's gonna be some tough footing there for Evan.
Yeah, that's the thing about this tee shot. You want to go as big as you can, but also keeping it somewhere in the middle. Because if you get another 50 feet of distance, but you're off on the side, it's just not worth it in the long run.
Yeah, and once again, shout out to the course design because the players have had some really touchy shots in the woods with OB, and then opening it up again
Drive, but
with
it's
something
better
that just
drive.
takes a lot of power. Love to see it. And here's what Evan has to work with, just like we thought. It's awkward.
You know it's bad when you see more leaves than player.
Yeah, I mean,
But hey, that is
Yeah.
not a bad shot.
Yep. He should still be able to potentially play for birdie from there.
I'm sure he'll be going for it, but there's a lot of trees in between him and the basket, so let's see what Mason can do here with his second shot. Looks like he's playing it inside, maybe trying to crash into the mouth.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to play some plinko, try to throw it high, and hope he can fight through a little bit. See Ty making more of a direct route, lower. Ooh,
Oh, baby, that's nice.
that'll do. Great
He's
shot.
got either like a chip forehand or like a jump putt approach. So he should be just fine.
He'll be happy with that. And here's our big drive here from Connor.
Give it to him.
Get in there.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
That'll be fine. He probably wanted a little bit more distance on that, but great shot there.
Oh, that's high out of Evan's hand, and gets knocked down
Yeah.
by the trees.
So he will just be in the mouth of that gap, and he'll be looking to play for par from there.
It's not even a guaranteed par from there. There's plenty of trees in the way. You really have no breaks on this hole. You really got to focus on every shot. As we see Mason here, he was a little early to the gap, and he has almost no line to get to the basket, but he does all right for himself. Gives himself
Yeah,
a
he
long,
executed it
long look
well.
at it.
Long look, probably circle two-ish, but like we mentioned, this basket is built up into like a little root bed, so that elevated basket can get in the head. Great shot there from Evan.
Here's Ty with his. Looks like he's just trying to get up and down, not trying to test that elevated pin at all. That's
Off the
unfortunate.
Some frustration there.
Connor's been having a little bit of a rough round so far. A couple unlucky breaks. Just hoping he can keep his head up and keep trying to get those birdies. Solid bid there by Mason.
Good putt there.
Never a doubt. Did we even
Never
doubt
a
him?
doubt. His average putting on this hole is like a million feet.
That's how you win out here.
Mm-hmm.
Throw good shots, throw some technical shots, but make all your C1 putts. That's how you score well. And that's true for every level of the game, from MA4 to elite touring pros. You just got to make a lot of putts, and you'll be doing all right for yourself.
Hole 14, 520-foot par 4. We saw some eagles on this hole. Round 1, we'll see if we can see it again. Saw some really well-executed rollers, but there is some OB there on that left-hand side of the fairway. This basket is hidden, so it's not an easy shot, although our round 1 players did make it look easy. Excited to see how our lead card executes.
Ty's going with the backhand. Looks like a roller, and it's rolling.
It is. It is rolling.
Curling up.
Come on. Okay.
Safe.
Ooh.
Give him the green flag.
Ah.
Should be an easy up and down from there.
You see how rough that rough is, that nothing is guaranteed to come back. Ooh,
Connor going roller as
high.
well. Where is it? There it is. Go.
Come
Go.
on, around the corner.
Go.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do. Great shot inside C1.
So the crazy part about this is the fact that there's eagles and birdies getting by a lot of people. It still barely averages below par. So people are taking bogeys out on this hole because this gap is not as easy as they're making it look.
Ooh.
And that tree stops some rollers, I'm sure.
Looks like Mason's playing for the forehand. Just we can say the birdie play on this hole. Just forehand chip shot, and try to get out of there.
It's out there.
He might have some interesting footing or at least angles there with those pine trees in front of him.
So
See if
yeah,
we
it
can get
looks
around
like
those.
he's just gonna try and flex something around that tall white tree down there. He's in front of it.
Oh, come on.
Go down the hill. Yes.
Let's go.
I think he got away with that one. He was a little inside off of what he wanted, I'm sure, but it all worked out.
Yes, this might be one of those ones that Mason wants to look back and say, how did my disc get down there?
Well, he can watch the Heiser Media coverage on the back nine here, and he'll see what happened.
Hopefully he likes and subscribes as well.
That'd be pretty cool. But here's Evan, little low skipper. Go in. Oh, that would have been probably the coolest way to eagle this hole.
Great shot, nonetheless.
So here we got Ty Love with his roller. Trying to maybe get a stab at it.
Ooh,
Hmm.
snagged one of those guardian trees. He'll be in circle 2. Very long look. With the tree in the way.
Gotta do a little Anheuser putt or just a really, really straight putt.
Oh,
no! No way.
Oh, that was tragic. That was beautiful.
I was so
I loved
happy.
it.
I was ready for it, and it just, man.
Mm. Oh, great eagle from Connor. I'm still very sad about that putt from Ty, but shout out to Connor too. Also, worth noting, only eagle on round 2 of the day.
Oh, interesting. This hole is giving people more trouble as the rounds go on.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
20 birdies, 1 eagle, but still playing as the 14th hardest hole. So like you mentioned, quite the score spread.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that all shapes up. But yeah, congrats to Connor on that eagle. Love to see it. Here's Mason for his birdie. Hmm.
Just a little bit low. It looked a little bit nervy. Didn't follow through all the way.
Yep, didn't seem quite comfortable, but hoping he can make the adjustment for the last few holes.
Tapping birdie for Evan. Oh, we wanted that for you, Ty, but unfortunately taking the par and getting out of there. Hole 15, we have a 600-foot par 4. We saw a lot of players pushing this OB creek on the left-hand side of the fairway to get up into this landing zone right about here, and then pitching up with just enough touch to try to land on the top of this hill and not roll away.
Yeah, this tee shot is basically just pick your gap, try and get like a 300-foot, 400-foot shot out there, however aggressive you're feeling. And then the approach is just try to get something up that hill and settle nicely, but the camera does not do it justice. That hill is very high and very steep. So the hole probably plays like closer to 650 in overall distance, but Connor does a good job getting out there, and Evan's going that forehand gap like he did on round 1 over the OB, crashing back in perfectly.
Dude. Okay. Wow.
That's smashed.
You hear him say, okay. He wasn't expecting it maybe, but that was an absolute smush.
That was so far. What?
This is looking good as long as it doesn't hyzer out too hard. And it checks up.
Sit. There we go.
Good sit. This is one of those fun events. I mean, this is the 51st iteration of the American Flying Disc Open. So much history here. dating back all the way to 1974, staying here in Rochester, New York.
Yeah, fun fact about this event, it actually is older than the PDGA is. So that's a really fun fact about just how prestigious this event is.
And while the winner, PDJ number 3, back in 1974, Mr. Dan Roderick, did win a car, I'm sure the players are hoping for something similar at this event this time, but maybe not a car. Maybe a
Did I hear you right? His PDGA number was 3.
you did hear me right. PDGA number 3.
Man, that's so cool. As our
That was
guys
a very
are
cool shot too, but not as
Yes.
cool as PDGA number 3.
as our guys are approaching the green here, as our lead card's coming up, this hill is daunting. So elevated, so uphill. The tie makes that shot look easy. I remember last year, when this was a Silver Series event, it was Jim Palmieri's 50th. That's what they had called it. And Jim Palmieri was actually there and threw the inaugural first shot before the lead card went off on the first day.
Yes,
It was
Jim is the one
really,
who brought this event to the area and has kept it here for 51 years.
it was very cool to
One of
see
the-
him and talk with him a little bit as he threw out the inaugural shot. He's a really
Yeah.
cool guy. Great piece of history.
Lot of history as we see players cleaning up some good birdies here. One of the other fun things that I found about this event is that between the highest and lowest PDGA number in the MPO field, there are 250,000 PDGA members.
That's
So
cool.
the lowest rated is, or the lowest PDGA number is 2725. Highest is 252,741. So
That's
crazy
awesome.
spread. Silas is still having a great round. He's down 7 through 15 holes, trying to catch up to Evan Smith, who's not making it easy. Hole 16 is a par 3, 440 feet. We have an elevated tee to a basket on the hill across this valley, but OB in between.
Yeah, this shot would be hard enough if there weren't 2 trees right off the tee, but there are 2 trees right off the tee, so you got that to worry about, and then you got to worry about where your disc is landing, all with elevation change and a little bit of wind. So, no surprise that this is playing almost half a stroke above par.
Can it fight through? Oh, snags the cabbage. Hopefully drops safe.
Look to be in the middle of that bottom section, so he's just got a little uphill approach. Maybe even a run at it, depending how aggressive he's feeling. Evan going big here. Not sure where that it's finishing to the other side. Similar to where he was in round 1. That looked like a big shot from
Yeah,
Ty, and
Ty.
does he get up? That looks really nice.
That looked great.
I couldn't tell if he's 30 feet or if he's 10, so looking forward to see exactly where his disc ended up. Mason also having a pretty good shot. As long as he settled nicely on the hill, he'll have a circle two look. Yep, here's Connor. Probably trying to give it a little bit of a bid, but he's just going to chalk it up into the dirt or mulch right under the basket.
Not bad at all. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's go. Mason from very
Fif-
far and very low.
50.
Oh, with the elevation, that was just a big putt.
I
There's
was
no
about
other way
to
to
say
say it.
that's the longest 50-footer he's ever had.
Evan just having to pitch out there.
Well done though, perfectly executed on the pitch out. And Ty is, in fact, 10 feet. So he gets the birdie there.
Great birdie, but that was also a sick putt.
For sure.
A little tap in there from Connor.
Connor and Evan taking the pars, losing a stroke to Mason and Ty. So making things a little interesting.
Yeah, shaking up. Heading over into hole 17. Hole 17 is a beast, averaging almost a full stroke above par. 665 feet, par 4, lots of trees, lots of turns in the fairway, lots of everything. Let's see how our lead card handles it. We saw some miraculous birdies from Evan Smith in round 1. Excited to see what we get in round 2.
Yeah, if you guys didn't watch that first round, you got to go back and at least watch Evan tear this hole up in the round 1. It was something spectacular. As Ty catches one of those first trees, and it looks like he kicked to the middle of the fairway, so he should have an okay time getting up for par, but the last thing you want to do is kick wide left or wide right, because, as Emily has dubbed it, the Parma dungeon comes in quick. A little early on the turnover for Mason, but seems that he kicked through enough to where he should have some kind of gap to work with.
Yeah, and as expected, this was playing as the hardest hole on the day.
I believe it was the hardest in round 1 as well, and I won't be surprised if it's going to be the hardest in round 3. It is just a beast of a hole. Something I like to tell a lot of newer players is the hardest thing to do is throw it straight, and that's what this hole demands.
Mm-hmm. Oh, get up there.
Go.
Oh, this was looking good, but it finds some of that Parma dungeon over there on the right-hand side of the fairway.
I think he pushed the corner a little deep,
Yep.
so he threw it a little too good.
Must be nice.
I'm sure he's not complaining about it. That's the better spot to be. Connor makes it around the corner, but not very far.
Yeah, he gets around, so he should have a look towards the basket to save a par.
Ty going inside. Aggressive line. Gets a big skip. He might have a... Oh, no. That's much farther than I thought. So he'll probably just be
great shot.
pitching. Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Just pitching up for his par, which, like you said, when the whole average is almost a full stroke above, it's par's good.
Oh, I wanted to see that one finish. That was a great shot there from Mason with that really awkward putt. This is what Evan has to work with. He's just going to pitch out here.
So yeah, he did push the corner too deep. So he's pitching out to the ideal landing zone and hoping to get up and down for his par.
A little bit low, but can it play off the ground?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's up there.
that's a good shot. So yeah, Connor did make some good progress around the corner.
Great body control there to not just smack that tree. Does find some of the trees over there on the right-hand side of the fairway, but
Yeah, lead card here, struggling a little bit with 17, but if there was a card that wasn't struggling, I would like to watch that and figure out how, because this hole is something else.
Wow.
Good job there from Mason. in the whole intro, you said something about there being a lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of everything except birdies. There was not a single birdie on this hole this round.
And we see why. I mean,
Yep,
there's trees everywhere. The rough is rough. Uh, Tight fairway. It's a fun hole though. I like to see these players really have to work the creativity and finesse to try to snag a par here.
absolutely.
Ooh,
Yeah, good putt.
let's go.
Good body English there, keeping it in.
Yup.
Sometimes you get that spit out that's dead center, and sometimes you get that high right catch. So here's Evan.
Oh, beautiful. Great shot.
Great camera angle. Just showed how straight his putter stays on that line as his putt comes in.
Shades on. We mean business.
Here's Mason. Shades on, like he said. Attempting to clean up his par. Dead center.
Mm-hmm. Nice putt. Finishing out round 2, we have hole 18. It is our par 3, 285 feet. We have that creek snaking its way through the fairway. Will be ace run hole, really. At the end of this round, we have the parking lot there with some of the spectators starting to build up on moving day here. See how our players navigate.
You always want to finish on a strong note, and this is a pretty good one to do it as Ty shows us the way, parking it absolutely
That'll do.
perfect.
That's the putt you want on hole 18.
Yeah, this hole's coming in as the 5th easiest hole on the course, averaging a little bit below par. So a lot of these guys are just trying to get their birdie, end the day on a strong note, and come back tomorrow to try again.
Ooh, sneak through. Okay.
Great
That'll
shot.
do too. Great shot.
Anything up on that flat plateau is it's pretty good. I think the farthest point is like maybe a 30 or 35 footer. So as long as you're up there on the flat, you're feeling great about that shot.
Oh, okay.
Little plinko.
All right, we'll take it.
There was a person who just walked straight across.
A lot of pressure here on Connor now, seeing all 3 of them put their discs into C1. So hopefully he can push that out of his mind and just execute the shot he knows he can do. Did you see that come back? I think he kicked.
Yeah, it looks like it stayed safe. He's down on. It looks like he's on the. Oh yeah, not bad at all, but on the right hand side of the fairway with a little. Oh, is this the drop zone?
I don't. It
No.
might be. I don't think so. I think
Hard
he
to
was
see.
safe. I thought
Yep,
I saw
okay.
him kick to the left and then kick right back to the right.
Yeah, that was his par putt there. Great save there for Connor.
Yeah. Not the birdie like you want, but hey, we'll take a good confidence building putt for par. But story of the day is Evan Smith. Great round so far. Let's see if he can capitalize and finish off with a bird.
Of course, great putt.
Of course he does. Dead center.
That'll
What
bring
a
him
round.
7 down on the round. Some great stuff out here.
I don't know why, but his 7 down almost seemed more impressive than his 12 down yesterday.
Yeah, and shout out to Silas Schultz and Zachary Nash as well for also shooting 7 down, as that was a unfortunate break for Mason. You see the defeat.
Yeah, that's not how you want to end it. But
Nice little tap in there before a tie.
Oh well.
Clean things up. So Evan Smith, Tilted, still really the one leading the charge here. We'll have a lead card tomorrow of Evan Smith, Silas Schultz, Ty Love, and GT Hancock will join us again. So make sure you come back for round 3 because you don't want to miss this action. Can Evan Smith hold on to this 7-stroke lead? Only one way to find out. My name's Emily Dale. I'm joined by Ben Appel. Make sure you do all those YouTube things like subscribe, share. Join us on Front 9 at Gatekeeper and Back 9 at Heiser Media.